the issue of the uh, inorganic chemistry, the inorganic polymers. We have studied certain silicates and their classification and their uses. What may be the different most plausible uses of the silicates? And we have gone through the classes of the silicates. We can classify these silicates in form of the linear chain, in form of cyclic structures. You can have the sheet structures, you can have the network type of the structures. So depending upon its structures, we have the different applications. And because of the inertness of these polymeric substances, it find wide range of uses in the uh, at industrial and domestic sectors. Okay, so similar to this, we have another silicon compounds which known to be a silicons. Okay, just like your ketone, we can spell these molecules as silicon. Okay, not cons. Okay, so you have to have the another class of the compound from the silicon based polymeric substances, or the compound which has its own industrial applications. Okay, so silicon based, you have silicates, you have another one silicon. Okay, this is silicon Si. Okay, this is con, just like your ketone. We used to spell the name. Okay, initial part is changed with the silico. Okay, so the compounds which has this type of the structural aspect, this is your ketone group. Okay, so in this also you have the structural similarity. So that is why we used to have the naming of this system, this molecular system, as a silicon. Okay, silicon is your the element from which you have prepared this one. Any problem sir? Recording start kar dijiye. Recording is already on, dear students, because sometime you may have some internet problem, especially the connectivity problem. Then you never in a position to switch on your recording. Even sometime I'm not able to share my video also. So that may happen during the lecture virtual session because of the connectivity issue. Okay, so what we are discussing, we have discussed already the silicates, its application, its different applications, and how you can have the classification and what are the different structural aspect of this molecule. Okay, so this is a giant molecule where there is a linking of tetrahedral units through the oxygen atom, and you have the linkage which will sustain the structure and extend the structure from linear to cyclic to the chain type. And then you will have three-dimensional silicates which known to be a tecto silicates. Okay, so I'm just launching one pool question: which of the following is the application of silicate? Okay, so this is one question. You just respond to this question. We have wide range of applications. Some of the application may be in civil work and may be used in the production of certain raw material. Okay, and it has been used in the water purification technology. Okay, so you just look into all the domains which we have studied in the previous section, previous lecture. So in meanwhile, I would like to announce that we have already make visible the assignments to the students, so students can uh, try to finish their assignment as per the date mentioned in the folder. Okay, so there is a graded task folder where you will have all these graded component, which includes the assignment, surprise test, quiz. So you have two quizzes. Okay, so I have opened the assignment, so students just look into those topics and submit their assignments in the written form and upload on the bb interface in the given. Okay, so this is the graded task which you have to cover up, which you have to finish within this stipulated time. Okay, so there will be three assignments, one assignment per unit. Okay, so you just go through these assignments, so and try to finish these assignment as per the time given in the given folder. Okay, so all these assignments are graded one. So now I'm just closing this pool. The correct answer is the last option, because these type of material is heavily exploited in water purification technology, and also it is used in cement formation also, because we have wide range of silicates which is explored or exploited for the purpose of making cements. Okay, so the last option is the correct option. It includes the both the application mentioned in the given options. Okay, so this is the correct answer. The third one is the correct answer. So now we have gone through these silicates, their structures, their applications. These are some of the structures from chain to cyclic. You can see from these slides. So I'm just moving. We have already covered this one. Chain silicates, you have chain formation. Okay, so now coming to the other type of the silicates, you have double chain silicates where the formation of double chain is taking place, and it seems to be a cyclic one. Then sheet formation, there is a sheet which is formed because of the linkage which we the tetrahedron units of the silicate. So I think now the again sometime there is a problem. Okay, similar to this you have the three-dimensional silicates which includes geolite. Okay, so these are the application part which we have studied, that we have wide range of application of these silicate molecules. It vary from water technology, glass industry, you have asbestos formation, microchips. Okay, so silicates contain silicon. Okay, silicon is an important moiety which can have the characteristics which can be explored at various dimensions, and because of that we have application in various sectors, just like your quartz crystal can be produced, which is used in wide range of equipments, watches. You can see glass industry, we have gone through all these aspects in the previous lecture. Also used in ceramics, also used in concrete type of the applications where you want to have the solid and strong mechanical aspect. It can be used in detergent auxiliaries. Okay, in addition to dyes, it can be used for the purpose of coating, purpose of making the detergent in the rugged form, or you can have various types of the coatings of the silicates. Okay, so water treatment is one of the application which we have studied. that it can be used because it has a tiny charged particle which can be submerged in the water, react with the silicates, coagulate process taking place which will purify the water. Okay, so you can have a wide range of the applications. The use of the silicate as a refractory uses means the material which is used at a higher temperature. We have various furnaces where we used to explore or exploit these silicates. Okay, so that is another application, dye auxiliary, which we have been discussing. So this is pacifier protection. This is the another type of the application of the silicate. So silicons. Now coming to the next class of the compounds, that is silicons. Okay. So silicon is very important and is the organopolysilicanes compound containing silicon, oxygen, silicon linkage. Okay. So you can have the linkage in such compound, this type of linkage. Okay. So these are known as a polysilicosyens. These compounds having general formula R2SiO whole of N. N represent here the number of the uh, situation where you can have a repetition of these units. Okay, since these empirical formula is similar to that of ketones, so they are named as a silicon. Okay, so this terminology is coming from this aspect, that we have the ketone which has similar type of the formula here. Here the silicon is replaces by carbon. Okay, so when you look into this compound, then carbon is replaced by silicon. So you can have the formation of such type of the molecules which uh, able to produce the different type or classes of the uh, silicon compounds. Okay, so they are known to be used and explored at various applications because these are linear, cyclic and cross-linked, and they have the higher thermal stability. Okay, so these are known to be a higher temperature polymer. Okay, so if somebody asks you that what type of polymer is this one, so you should have in your mind that these polymers are not a simple one, but uh, they can retain their property even at elevated temperature. Okay, so you have to have these things in your mind. So if you compare with the organic polymer, so those organic polymer used to have the monomeric unit which provides strength to the macrostructure. But when you look into the stability of those organic polymer, so you will find that they will be fragile at a higher temperature. Okay, most of the organic polymer, they used to fragile at high temperature. They cannot be easily sustain their property at elevated temperature. Okay, so you should have that type of the situation in your mind, that you should be clear that the thermal stability is very important regarding these silicons. Okay, so if you compare, it may be because this bond is a very strong bond and it has a least impact on the uh, thermal energy, means in terms of the thermal aspect. If the energy is given to this molecule or macromolecule, it will have that property which can resist much vibration in this bond. Okay, it means if the flow of thermal energy is there, so it can act as a shocker up to certain period of time. Okay, and after the limit is crossed, then there will be breaking. Definitely it will have certain limit, but it can retain its property even at the elevated temperature. Okay, so when you look into the other component of this class, just wait. So these are the linkage you can have if you look into the structure of this compound. So you can have the substituent group. Okay, it is just like your ketone. It has similarity in the structures. Okay, so these may be linear one, these may be cyclic, these may be chain type, but definitely they have the higher thermal stability. Because of their higher thermal stability, the chemist can prepare a variety of silicone polymer which are very useful at higher temperature processes. Therefore, they find wide range of application in heat transfer agent. They can be used in certain high performance elastomers. So such qualities are not expected from the organic polymer, which cannot withstand or which cannot sustain their property at the elevated temperature. Okay, so you can have a correlation. You can just compare the polymer which seems to be organic one, or you can compare with some other polymeric substances, but you will find that this type of the class is going to have the better efficiency at elevated temperature, because it can sustain such type of the property even at a higher temperature. Okay, so you can apply such polymeric material at elevated temperature for wide range of applications. So if you come into certain aspect of the naming of these molecules, so you can just name these molecules just like your hydrocarbons. You have alkenes, alkanes. Okay, so in a similar fashion, you can have the same naming of the substance. Sir, what is, sir? I have a question in this PPT is sufficient for preparing of MST and final exam. So, dear students, when you have the lecture, so lecture means this teacher used to deliver the things in a way that you should be able to answer the questions which may be in the MST or final examination. Okay, so when we have the course delivering is a way of teaching the things, but the application is hidden whatever lecture is delivered here. If I am talking about the naming of this compound, okay, so have just specified few molecules here. Okay, but teacher can put question in relation to this context, that this is the compound, please give the nomenclature of this particular compound. Okay, so I have just explained the rule, what may be the rule which is used to define the naming of any molecule. Okay, so you cannot stick just to the notes only. Okay, so whenever we have the codes, so there is different taxonomy which is followed. We have learning remembering aspect. Okay, which the student used to have first focus. Whatever topic is delivered, the student used to learn those things by remembering the concept. Second concept, you have the important aspect, that is the analysis. Student used to have analysis. Then how the teacher used to evaluate, he or she can evaluate the students by having certain questions which is application based. Okay, so when we talk about the application based, means the concept is delivered to the students and student has to answer those questions by taking account of the information regarding that particular concept. Okay, whatever concept is delivered in the lecture, so you have to take that concept in your mind, so you will not get the direct question. Okay, so some of the students used to ask, sir, this is coming out of syllabus or like that. But when certain topic is delivered in the DB interface or in the physical mode, so you cannot expect direct questions, but there will be application based question which may touch the concept, so you have to answer accordingly. So you cannot expect that you will have the direct questioning. Okay, so application based question will be coming from the concept, whatever concept is delivered by the teacher in the classroom. Okay, so application is a very important aspect. One can learn, one can memorize the concept, but the application depends how the particular students have learned that thing and how he or she can apply that concept so as to resolve the problem given by a teacher or given by any examiner related to that particular topic. So that is the application part. So you have seen that when we look into the learning aspect, learning outcome, that is the basic objective of that learning outcome is to enlighten the students whatever he or she used to learn, so that learning will provide the student that trust that he or she can question um, those things which is application based on that particular topic. Okay, it is not coming directly, but the question is coming indirectly which is related to certain concepts. Okay, so mostly you will have the questions as per the syllabus, but there may be certain application based question which may be asked in the examination. So students should prepare for such type of the questions. Okay, because it is it is related to the concepts. Okay, concepts may be application based, so application based question should be answered by the students. Okay, so it is far away from the memorizing aspect, but it is the basic module, that is a learning module. Whenever you will finish the course, so you should be in a position to answer the application based question of that particular subject. Okay, so we are just talking about the important aspect of the naming conventions. Okay, so just like we have been following as a chemist the standard methods or standard protocol given by IUPAC system for naming any organic inorganic compounds. Okay, so you know that we have, this is a basic unit when we look into the silicon based compounds which is forming by SiH4. Just like your hydrocarbons, you have methane, wait, so this is now minimizing, just wait, I'm just increasing the its vision. There's some problem a little bit, just wait. So what I'm talking about, I'm just talking about the naming of these silicon based compounds. So you can have the situation where the organic compound may contain one silicon atom, or it may contain more than one or two. So accordingly you can name them. Okay, just like this is your the first compound which can be seen on the screen. So I'm just to increasing the vision because I'm not able to see the screen properly now. Okay, so you can see that how you can name these compounds just like this one. So this is dichlorosilane, it has only one silicon atom. Similarly this you can name trichloromethyl silane. So the naming pattern is the same one, the rules are the same one. Okay, so you can have this type of the situation also where the both the substituent groups are the different one as compared to the hydrogen. This is dichloromethylsilane. Okay, dimethylsilane. So you can have this one. So silanes containing hydroxyl group by adding suffix ol, or if the number of the hydroxyl groups are more, just like 2, so you will use diol, or if has 3, so you will use triol depending upon the number of the hydroxyl group. So if you consider this as a molecule, okay, prepared, so the name is just like you used to have naming system for the alcohol. So it will be silanone. Okay, all is added at the end. Okay, Similarly, if you have two hydroxyl groups, so there will be diol. So diol. So you can have simpler, but the substituent groups are methylated, methyl. So you will have trimethylsilanol. Okay. So what I want to say, depending upon the type of the or number of the groups you have, you can name accordingly following the IUPAC nomenclature system. Okay. So oxo derivatives are named as a silicosanes, just like this one. You have silicon, oxygen, silicon bond, then the naming will be disiliosanes. Okay, di means there will be two. So similarly, if has it has three substituent group, means total six substituent group. So it will be a hexamethyl dicellulosane. So this is a way of naming these compounds. So polymer obtained from the above polymer are named by specifying the side groups and then backbone. Okay, so these are the monomeric species, and when they used to form the polymer, okay, so you can name them accordingly. Okay, polymer obtained from above monomer are named by specifying the side groups and then backbone. Just like this is a polymeric, so you will write poly, then you will write the backbone, that is dimethyl cellulosane. So you can have the situation here, the s is missing here, the s is missing here. Okay, similarly, you can have the another polymer here which can be named in a similar fashion. Okay, so this is the way how you can have the naming of these inorganic polymers. Okay, by taking account into the basic rules of the IUPAC naming system. Okay, nomenclature system. So if you look into the basic part, I'm just moving back because the screen is sometime reflected in a different way on the interface, so I'm just again moving to the same aspect. Just wait, because it is not moving as per the instruction given by me, so I have to again move into the main file. Okay, just wait. So we have discussed this one. Now we are just discussing the another aspect, that is, these are also known as a polysiloxanes. Any of the diverse classification or classes of fluid resins or elastomer based on the polymerized these substances whose molecule consist of chains made up of the alternate arrangement of silicon and oxygen atom. Okay, so this is what we are discussing, that we have the bonding which is persisting between the silicon and oxygen atom. So just wait, because this slide is moving again and again. I don't know why it is moving, so I am not able to fix this problem from my side. So you have this type of the linkage in these compounds. Okay, so these compounds are chemically inert, resistant to water and oxidation, and have stability both at higher temperature and low temperature. So you can see that you can explore this type of the polymeric material even at higher temperature and even at lower temperature also. So you have a wide range of application because of the working range which used to provide by this special type of molecule. Okay, so you can use in commercial application, just like your lubricant, whether it is high temperature based condition or it is a lower temperature based condition, you can explore. Okay, lubricant greases to the electrical wire insulations, biomedical implants, means there are certain specific application of these silicone which can uh, which can help the medical science to be inserted in the body for certain specific purpose. Okay, because these are compatible with the biological system, they are inert. Okay, so they never undergo the way we used to have certain molecules which used to undergo oxidation may become reactive when you have in the biological system. So these are some of the important aspect of the molecules. So dear students, this is enough for today, although we have so much interruption during the lecture. But anyhow, this is a part and parcel of the system, because sometimes the connectivity issue come up but can be resolved with passage of time. Okay, so we are going to have another session in the coming days. So thank you to all of you. And what I have said to you, that you must submit your assignment, that is the written form of the assignment has to be submitted on the BB interface. Okay, so there is a graded task folder reflected on BB interface, and we have opened the assignment document there, so you can just go through and respond to the assignment aspect of this course. Okay, so you will have one assignment per unit, so total three and assignment has to be submitted for the whole course. Similarly, you will have three surprise tests, one surprise test for each unit. Okay, and six quizzes will be there, two quizzes per unit. So you have to accordingly attempt all those things. Thank you very much to all of you.